Yeah, highlight.
Damn, Melissa.
Don't forget the real though. Yeah. I bet you won't turn me up. What's that you bumping? It ain't vibing hard enough. No. Check my playlist, guaranteed you ain't hit top. From the indies to the mainstream, bringing all the stuff. Music talks for Dwayne and Janean. Run it up. Run it. Pass that ox. Hey, Bobby, through you. Back on the scene, Dwayne and Janean. I'm bringing the facts, they know what I mean. Music comparisons, yeah, it's embarrassing. Up in the Ford, I feel like I'm Harrison. Back on the fast track, mighty and morphin' my name. Feel like.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the greatest show in music history of all time.
Oh, that church hymn is coming in a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, you took him to church with it, okay?
Straight tenor.
Pass the ox, ladies and gentlemen.
That was longer than the intro.
Don't you love it? Of course you do, because that's what we here for, baby. Welcome to Pass the Ox. I know you missed us because we missed you too, but we're back, and as you can see, me and the crew, we kind of got a bevy of icons on us. This is the icon episode where we're paying tribute to all of those iconic figures in Black culture, in mainstream culture, because it's not just a Black thing, you know what I'm saying? Because everybody embraces what this is on us, you know what I'm saying? But nonetheless, I thank y'all for tuning in. Why? Because, well, you got to be watching the video version in order to be able to see that this is the icon episode where we're rocking iconic figures. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, if you're listening on the audio, well, then you just got to imagine it in your head. You know what I'm saying? Unless you head over to YouTube and then you can see it and you'll be like, hey, hi, we're waving to you in the camera. Can't you see it? You see it. Nonetheless, it's your boy Dwayne. You already know, your favorite host, neighborhood mediator, you know what I mean? All that good stuff. Joined by my co-host. She is the lovely, the one, the only, the oh so luscious, the oh so eloquent, the oh so donishing queen of crotchets, Miss Bougie Thuggin herself, Janean.
Hola, como estás, everybody? What's poppin'? What's cracking? What's happening? How's everybody doing?
There's nothing more clatchet than to be drinking a blue ribbon with a straw.
Not to mention, taking the Venezuelan, the Black, and the Atlanta all in one sentence, in one swoop. She gave you a dose of all of that.
There's nothing more clatchet than what we're.
It's not on me, it's in me, baby. You know what I mean?
Come on now.
This is awesome. I love it.
It's a beautiful, beautiful thing, ladies and gentlemen. But you know, and of course, we are joined. He doesn't usually join us much, but you know, when he's here, he's here. And ladies and gentlemen, he's the hardest working man in show business. Normally, I'd give the epic introduction, but I don't think he wants that, because if I mention the first part, he's going to be like, nah, not today, bro.
Oh, no.
Already. So therefore, I'm just going to say, he's the hardest working man in show business. He is your critique of artists. As I call him on Plugged In, which is our mini show that you can check out right here exclusively on YouTube. But this is Pastor Ox, and this right here is Mr. Clive, aka Derrick Myers. How you doing, sir?
I'm great. Oh, great! I keep forgetting about the Clive thing. That's
In my mind, I just knew that he was gonna say Clive Davis. I'm like, no, he's not.
yeah.
But, that's where it was going.
Never would I do such a thing to my man. That's my guy. I would never, ever do him like that.
Oh
But
man.
nonetheless, what's up, guys?
What's happening?
Everything's good. Everything's good.
Everybody's had a good week. I take it pretty solid. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. For sure.
You know, how about it? I mean, well, you already know. Y'all know. This is normally how we kick this thing off. We like to talk about, before we get into our main subject matter, because this is an iconic edition of the show. So we got something real nice for y'all coming in the main event of what this show is about. But first, let's do it. Y'all know how we do. It's a music episode, music show, music-based podcast. Therefore, we like to start the segment by saying, what is in your ears? So, ladies first, as you know, Miss Janean, what's been in your ears this week?
2 chains, titty, 2 necklace. That's what literally. Help me, God is just like, it's so ATL, it's so saucy, it's so amazing. It makes me wish that I could dance like I was actually from here, but I can't, but it's okay. Hands down, great project. I've been listening to it. I feel like we don't necessarily have to get into like a single breakdown, but it's one of those things where I've been able to play it beginning to end, not skip. 2 Chainz never he never lets me down with the bars and with the verses or just the lines that stay stuck in your head and you say it over and over again. Quarantine Thick makes me feel better about the pounds that I've gained as I've been in quarantine. That's been nice. But yeah, man, great fucking project. I was surprised by a few singles, like the one with Kanye, Awesome's track. But yeah, again, we don't have to get into a breakdown. So I've been listening to 2 Chainz, and I actually was listening to Omarion's album that came out in October, I believe. Did y'all know that he dropped something?
No.
Like
Yeah.
this year?
Yeah, this year. It's called Connection, if I'm not mistaken. Let me fact check. Omarion on my recents. Yes, called The Connection. And his intro track with Busy Signal is wonderful. Definitely grown and sexy Omarion. So if you haven't listened to that, I would check it out.
Interesting.
Oh,
Love it. Wow. Shout out to Omarion putting out that grown folk music. Ain't no more B2K music for this guy.
He has a song called B, actually, which is funny, but it on that album, yeah.
Are they still getting together to do the reunion show?
B2K Experience. I don't know. I watched Love and the whole ordeal with Fizz dating April, which is Omarion's baby's mother.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So I don't know if that was just for the cameras and it was like a storyline. We're really beefing in real life. I don't know, but it didn't seem too promising back then. But I don't know.
We shall see.
They might let bygones be bygones. Heck, you never know.
I don't know if someone that I worked with and I was close with is dating my baby mom, we ain't rocking anymore. Nah.
But like, were they close or were they just like coworkers?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know how their relationship was, but I'm just saying, like, I know if I'm working with someone, like especially if you're going on tour and everything like that,
a lot of time together.
You've got to spend a lot of time with someone, so you got to develop some type of bond. There's no way. It's just no way. I'm nah. Too petty for that.
Would that warrant? I am forgetting my man's name. Barnes. Would that warrant a Barnes pulling up
Matt
to
Barnes?
see Derrick? Yes. Would that warrant a Matt Barnes pulling up to Derrick Fisher? Or
if it's done in a messy way, then yeah, that definitely warrants that. But if it's done in a respectful way, I'm pretty sure everything would be good.
Like, hey man, I just want to let you know that I'm in love with your baby mom.
I don't know how. I don't know how you would approach it
to somebody.
I don't have a kid, so I don't have that issue.
I wish a bitch might. Oh, hey girl. I hope it's no problem. Oh, where are you?
I mean, but I think at the same time, though, if you've like you're both saying, we're done with the situation and we're going our separate ways. I guess it could be expected that it's possible something could happen with someone you're close to, but
no.
I know I'm not mature enough to handle that kind of situation.
Never will I ever be that woke or that understanding or have that much growth to be okay with that.
No, because from what I know, I've never had anybody that's been close to me that has dated one of my exes. But yeah, I'm not that mature.
The whole thing for me is call it what you will, but I am I'm aware of myself. I'm very territorial, and I also feel like it be about the principality for me. And one thing that I just feels like drives me over the edge is like, are you trying to make me look stupid out here? So like, if you're my friend or somebody that I worked very closely with, we were seen together a lot, and now you're dating my, not just like somebody I used to talk to, but somebody that I had like a real relationship with. We shared a child or children together. Now I'm looking crazy out here in these streets, even though Omarion handled it very well. He was very unbothered. Very unbothered.
Yeah, no, I actually love the way he did that.
Yeah, but I just wouldn't be able to do it. I would just have no understanding of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dwayne's like, I could care less.
No, it's not even that, man. No, I feel it. I mean, there's levels of respect to this, And I get it. Love's love. You can look at it from both sides of the phrase, but I mean, at the end of the day, it's not really something you should do just out of respect. I'm a man of morals and codes. I could never date someone I know their ex, let alone baby mama. That wouldn't work. It's just not.
Then like I'm sleeping in the same bed you may have been. It's just too much.
But okay, here's where it could be like I can understand it in a certain way. What if you're just not cool with the person anymore? Like y'all fell out.
I think that was Fizz's argument.
Yeah, I can understand that to a certain extent. Like if they're no longer close and they haven't rocked with each other in a long time, and then just so happened that attraction happened, I could see that.
Nah, because then I'm gonna be like, oh, so like you was low key like I am my nigga when we were together. Like it's just my mind will go in a spiral. Yeah.
I'm not saying that if okay, how about this? I'm not saying that if one of my friends did it or my former friends did it.
Just trying to see it from the.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying. Okay. I mean, maybe if I were in that position where I'm not rocking with so and so, okay, hey, whatever. Then it is what it is. It is what it is. I'm not, but yeah, if it was one of my former friends, I still wouldn't be comfortable with it.
It's just too close for comfort.
Yeah,
for comfort. I feel it, man. I feel it. So
weird tangent.
Now that we know what Janean's been diving into, that totally took us a whole nother way, which is good. It's always a good thing.
Yeah,
it's always a good thing. I listen. Trust me, side convo is always a good thing. I don't disagree with it at all. But keeping track on subject, Mr. Myers, sir, what has been in your ears this week?
Okay, so I've been on an R&B vibe for like the last, I don't even know, maybe like the last 2 weeks. I've just been listening to a lot of R&B from the 2000s, not even 90s R&B, just Neo.
Genius.
Mario. I listened to a little bit of Marion.
Another genius.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mario also had a album drop or a project drop a couple weeks
Yes,
ago.
he did.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. I saw that. I didn't
Come
listen
on.
to it though.
You should.
I stayed with the stuff that was early 2000s for him. Justin Timberlake. I've been, I don't know what it
Justin.
is. Yeah, everything Justin did up until that um
Man in the Woods.
that what was that, Man in the Backwoods, whatever it was called. Um that album,
Appalachian Mountain Man.
yeah. I just absolutely refuse to listen to that album for some reason. It just doesn't vibe well with my soul. But um I was stuck on Future Sex Love Sound. And
Excellent.
yeah, yeah, I think I played that maybe about 3 or 4 times this past week. Um and 2020, the 2020 experience. That more so the first one, not the second one, but I love both projects, but that first one was just where I stayed. So that's where I've been. R&B. I've been stuck in R&B. Oh, LMA, SZA,
Hmm.
Ari
Hmm. Hmm.
Lennox. Ari is my girl. Love her.
Yeah. Ari's
Um,
wonderful.
so yeah, that's where I've been. That's where I've been the last, maybe at least the last 2 weeks, just R&B.
Speaking of white Justin's, another quick tangent. I happened upon Justin Bieber's video for his track Lonely,
Mhm.
and
Mm,
it moved my spirit because it showed it showed like a kid basically portraying Justin Bieber like inside of this dressing room, and he's by himself and he has to go out to this stage where he has to perform in front of a arena.
mhm.
And I don't know, like it just puts things into perspective. Like he was a kid with like a full-time job. Could you imagine how much stress or how much responsibility it is to be a kid and like you have to perform like on these world tours, like you don't have
Yeah.
a normal childhood at all, and then you're going through your growing pains in front of everybody, and the media is very quick to make you look like the bad guy or whatever.
Hmm.
So I am interested in watching. I believe he has a documentary on YouTube, and he's going to have a project out. So seeing that one video makes me interested to give the other stuff a listen or a look see.
This is the same project that Chance the Rapper, I think, deemed Justin Bieber. I don't want to misquote him.
Michael Jackson or something?
Better than
Did he
Michael
not say that?
Jackson or something. Yeah, he said he was like better than, yeah. I think he said this was he was better than Michael Jackson with this album. And um I don't, when do you know when it drops?
No.
I'm going to listen to it whenever it drops, just so I can see if, chances maybe smoking something, or if he is ahead of his time on that prediction. Um but I don't see how anyone can surpass Michael Jackson in anything.
I just don't like when people try to compare any of the new acts to Michael Jackson. Like,
It's
I
not
think
necessary.
it's necessary. Like legends can be legends and they can stand on their own. Like you don't have to be the next Michael. You don't have to be the next Bob Marley. You don't have to be the next whatever. You can just be your own person in your own lane, and you
Right.
can be your own legend. So I
And
don't
see,
like that.
and the only artist that comes to mind that even to me comes close to what Michael Jackson was doing in terms of performance and hit after hit after hit is Chris Brown.
See Breezy, yes, and
Like,
even then, Chris Brown, the legend.
yeah, yeah, because he's
Yeah, it
he's
doesn't.
made
Yeah,
he's made his own path. So like,
yeah.
I don't know. Between Chris Brown and Beyonce, I'm not sure if we discussed this before or not, but those are the two that those are the only two I see getting close to Michael Jackson. That's it. That's it. And if Bruno Mars maybe comes out with some more music pretty soon, and like couple more
That's
albums.
just more so on
Maybe
work ethic,
yeah,
entertainer side too. Yeah.
yeah. But the work ethic that Beyonce and Chris Brown have, with a couple the performance ability and their catalog, yes, those are only two that I'm putting right there, close to Michael Jackson.
Interesting. Very interesting there, sir. I dig that. I dig that though. Okay. So we shall be on standby as we wait for this Justin Bieber album to come out to see where he stands, where he
Yeah,
is.
and if it doesn't live up to Chance's prediction, everyone needs to blow up Chance's timeline. Like everyone needs to blow it up. I
That's
love
why
Chance.
sometimes it's like, son, don't speak for me. Like
Yeah,
I appreciate what you're trying to do, but don't speak for me because like you set the high expectations,
and
and
that kind
so
of puts
we're
Justin in a
already,
weird space.
like you said, it is now we're like, yo, this project better be fucking mind blowing, mind
Yeah,
boggling. I
yeah,
better start crying like,
yeah.
and it's not going to because you're not going to live up to Michael Jackson.
No,
So
at all.
sometimes just don't say anything. Just say, hey, I heard some of it. It's great.
Yeah,
Stay tuned. That's it.
that's it.
That is it. Pun intended. That is it. They got it. See? There you go.
That was a good one, bro.
Knee slapper.
That was a good one.
It comes on the fly, people. You just never know. It's like boom, 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 boom. You never know when it's gonna hit you. Gotcha.
That was good.
What have you been listening to?
What have I been listening to this week? Okay, so I've been on a different producer vibe. I've been on producer vibes.
Okay.
So, in terms of various artists who have songs, but the producer is who made those songs hot. So, for example, I've been on a lot of stuff that Jazzy Faye produced.
I knew you were going to say Jazzy Faye. I felt it.
I was in the Jazzy Faye era because I really did always like his production. I always liked his sound and his style. So I would listen to like 1-2 Step or Area Codes or So What by Field Mob. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So I found myself listening to some Jazzy Faye. Found myself listening to some Timbaland. So songs like Are We Cutting with Pastor Troy, Ugly with Bubba Sparks, Roll Out, Dirt Off Your Shoulder. You know what I'm saying? Like dirt off your shoulder, brush your shoulders, just like so. But then of course, Neptunes. You know what I mean? Producing by the Neptunes, which also my favorite set of producing teams because Pharrell and the Neptunes, man, they always making something that sounds so different, yet so vibey and like. I think they're really the reason why we have a lot of stuff in the vibes. You can tell a lot of producers of today probably listened to some Neptunes back in the day, and some of those sounds that you don't hear in normal beats, they put in there to make them like pop out. And so yeah, man. I mean, speaking of Omarion, like Touch, you know what I'm saying? Or
man,
wait a minute, wait a minute. You know what I'm saying? Wait a minute with Ray J. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh my God. Love You Better. Beautiful. Pastor Cavassier. What's your name? T.I. I'm serious, baby. Throwback.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When the Last Time? Grinding. I mean, the list goes on. Signs. You know what I mean? Like, I just found myself in those type of vibes. So, also found myself. Oh, go ahead, Derrick. You had something to touch on.
No. I'll say it after you finish what you're about to say because it's gonna start a whole new tangent.
Okay. I feel you, man.
Yeah.
Found myself a little bit on a Lupe Fiasco vibe as well.
Shout out to Lupe.
Shout out to Lupe.
Yeah.
I found myself vibing to my boy Lupe, and I feel like he is so underrated in so many cases.
A lot of people don't talk about
these rappers. He doesn't get talked about enough. And if anything, people kind of disrespect him and be like, "Oh man, he's still making music," or What happened to Lupe? And it's just like, man, you don't understand when you're a lyricist. It's just because his sound doesn't go with what today's sound is, because he's a straight up lyricist.
Yeah.
Arguably better than Kendrick, as this debate has been coming lately. Where he feels that Kendrick is the better storyteller, kind of like being able to project sound, and he gave Kendrick a lot of credit in something, but he felt like he's the better like lyricist, and I could agree with that in a lot of cases. I could agree with it because you have to really, really, really know what Lupe is talking about a lot of times. You have to be able to really be. He'll make stuff that you really have to be on a whole nother level of thinking to be able to catch a lot of what he's saying. Even when he tries to dumb it down, you still have to see like there's a meaning behind this somewhere, and I got to figure out like it's like a hidden treasure. Usually with a Kendrick song, you can kind of usually tell where he's going with it, or you can pick it up, like how you mentioned "Damn" and how you missed it at first, but then you went back and you caught on to it, like okay. People
Yeah.
could probably go back and listen to Food and Liquor and The Cool, and they still try to interpret a lot of what probably came out of those albums a lot of time. Like they admit those are some of his best albums, but they may not exactly completely be able to interpret song for song what everything meant. You get what
That
I'm saying?
might
They
be
just kind of
a battle, not a battle, but that might have to be that actually one of the shows you and I were talking about before about
Mhm.
my side conversation, but
Yeah.
that's a good that's a really good topic because lyrically, I mean, there's so much you could discuss just between those two that
Mhm.
yeah, that'd be a whole rabbit hole. That's a
I see
rabbit
your
hole right
gears
there.
turning even
Yeah,
now.
I'm sorry, man.
No, you're good. Listen, you're
Yeah,
good, brother. I understand it. It's just one of those
that's a good
things,
one though.
man. But it was something. So like I said, I had just been on a Lupe vibe, and then of course, lately, man, I always got to find some way to throw myself in there some kind of way, and I blame the fact that making catchy stuff or something. But I've been on a tear just repeatedly listening to this song that is apparently a new theme song for a show that is going by the name of Gresh Unleashed. Shout out to my boy Gresh. Apparently, your boy created an anthem for him, and now it's catching a lot of waves lately. I
Yeah.
don't know what it is about it, but it's really getting a lot of feedback in the streets right now. So it's been on repeat constantly in my head. I'm hearing it everywhere. There's a challenge going on. There's all kind of stuff, and heck, now Pastor Ox theme is in my head too. So I don't know what it is. I don't know. Maybe I need to have a theme song battle or something. I don't know. Maybe these theme songs are clashing with each other now. It's
Yeah.
crazy. It's very crazy, guys. I don't know.
But
But
there was we you were talking about though with about the producers about just listening to songs that producers made.
mhm.
I'm not sure because I didn't watch all of them. But with the versus battles, have they had a versus battle with two producers?
Yes.
They
Yes,
have. Who?
Hmm.
Scott Storch and Manny
Hmm.
Fresh.
Oh,
That was
missed
the
that.
verses.
Uh, was it Wizkid and somebody else? It was
Boy Wonder.
Boy Boy Wonder, yes,
Really?
Yeah,
and
Okay.
Hitmaker maybe.
I think it
Okay.
was Hitmaker and Boy Wonder.
Yeah, so yeah,
Okay.
they have done that.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Because I would like to see Timbaland in the versus.
Timberland was like the first one. Timberland and
Timberland and
Swiss.
Swiss.
He
That's
what?
how it started.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because they were just kind of playing around, going back and forth, and then that's what turned it into, oh, we should start doing the verses.
Oh, I thought Swiss just produced it. Okay. Okay. Well, I gotta go back and watch it. I didn't
Yeah,
know
it was good.
that. I didn't know
Yeah.
Yes,
that.
sir.
Okay.
He's
All right. All right.
yeah. So those were that's what's really kind of been in my ears through a combination of this week for the most part. So going into this next segment. Oh, go
I
ahead.
have an artist question for you, Dwayne.
Okay.
You said that you kind of happened upon like a song kind of going viral and having these challenges because you made a theme song for somebody. What's more satisfying, like a song that you didn't expect to take off, or something that you were like, okay, this is going to be a hit, and then it goes out and the response is exactly what you anticipated it to be?
Honestly, it's more of the surprise. The element of surprise is always the best part, because you don't expect a wave to get caught that quickly. Like
Yeah.
all of a sudden, the moment you post it, and then everybody and their mama start like
Mhm.
tweeting it, TikToking to it, uh, reacting to it, like all these different things that people are doing with songs now. It's crazy when you see it take off like that. That viral effect is something. You don't expect it. You don't know when or how it's gonna happen. It's something about consistency, man. You just work and you put it out, and then it's like literally that concept of throwing something to the wall and seeing if it sticks.
What sticks? Yeah.
Mhm.
It's like if it sticks, it sticks, and then you're like, oh snap, okay. And that's not to say that whatever doesn't stick still won't catch its own little mini waves. It's just there's always that monstrous song where you did not expect it, and when it hits, it's like whoa. So I always like that element of surprise. I think that's the better option, truth be told. Like, because when it's something you expected, then it's just kind of like I feel like that's a ego blower. Because then you're like,
Yeah, because
yeah,
there was
I put out
expectations
hash.
put on it even
Yeah,
going out. Yeah.
yeah, you like I put out that hash. Like, but like when it comes out of nowhere and you're like, oh snap, okay, that was unexpected. Y'all really rocking with this song.
Mhm.
Oh snap, okay, well, let me get a video popping. Let me, capitalize on this now before it dies out or something. So it's yeah, it's a beautiful thing.
So
So real quick, now normally history will play a part in this next segment, but I actually want to play off of a question that Derrick asked on the OTS on the Sidelines Facebook group. I would love to ask the following people in this very conversation, what is the album that you constantly put on repeat at some point in time in your life?
Mm.
It's like your go-to album. Your go-to album. Derrick, did I answer that right? Did I ask that
Yeah,
right?
well,
What's your
yeah,
go-to album?
yeah, because it's like what album do you find yourself repeating like over and over again? Just because like I listened to 2014 Forest Hills Drive like at least once a week, at least. Like that's the I don't know what it is, but I'm always playing that album from start to finish, like straight through. I'm listening to that album all the time. So yeah, that I don't know why I even asked that day, but yeah, that's what I was listening to when I asked it.
that's
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah.
I honestly don't think I have any of those. Like, I love music, but I think that my relationship with music is not like other people's, where I'm like, oh, I'm a fan of this one artist, or I'm
Hmm.
a fan of this one project, and this is something like this is like my life story. Like, I don't really have that. What happens for me is I might be in a vibe one day, and one song would just pop up, and then that starts a domino effect into me revisiting everything that I listened to at that particular time in
Yeah,
my life.
yeah.
So streaming and playlists have definitely helped me with that, but I couldn't really say there's one particular album for me.
Okay.
Hmm. That's a good answer, because that's a very good answer, because there's no right or wrong answer to something like this.
Oh yeah.
There's always, that kind of deal. And I don't know, I have a bevy of albums, man. It's hard for me to really just say one. I have a lot of albums that are like go-tos for me. Um, so for like example, it just depends. It's a combination of what Neen said on top of what you say,
Hmm.
because I have albums that I definitely go to, but it depends on what my mood is.
Yeah.
So if I feel very conscious, if I feel very open minded, it's Food and Liquor with Lupe.
Hmm.
If I feel kind of like rant ish, I
Hmm.
guess, or like, you know, just being like out there,
Hmm.
then it's Graduation. Not
Mm.
Graduation, Late Registration. Sorry,
Okay.
Late
Okay.
Registration by Kanye. If I'm feeling very motivational in terms of waking up, going and get this money and investing in myself, investing in my opportunities,
Victory lap.
then it's ultimate.
Oh, for me.
Ooh, very close.
For me.
The word
Me too.
victory is definitely in this album, but this is actually Ultimate Victory by my man Chameleonaire.
Oh
Believe it or
wow.
not,
Wow. That's a
believe it or
name I
not,
have
that
not
is
heard in I don't know how long.
yeah, exactly, exactly. But see,
Yeah.
I'm not like most people, man. You know, that's a guy, that's an artist that I've actually very heavily been heavy on over the years.
Hmm.
Even though I know he's not really doing music these days now because he's in so much more richer opportunities and he's doing so much better for himself than music that he doesn't really need to do music anymore at this point. But if you really listen to this man's music, that's all that man has ever really done is try to school people on literally getting your money and not making excuses in the process of getting your money.
Hmm.
This man has a song on that album, which, like I said, is a very underrated album. He's an underrated artist in his own right, but that album was underrated because of the fact that it was the second album fresh off of Sound of Revenge from Ride and Dirty, and that hit that took him up, to that high level. But like when Ultimate Victory came out, that was a song, that was an album that just literally was like letting you know that you got to get your money, you know what I'm saying? And he had a song, I believe it was Won't Let You Down. And at the end, he's like, see, rich people won't tell you how to get paid. And broke people act like they're the richest people that you know. Always finding ways to get money, spending money that they never had before they get it, you
Mhm.
know. And he literally is putting you on game and schooling you, saying like, look, by the end of this, if you ain't listening to, he said, if you ain't listening to what I'm just saying, then that's the reason you ain't got nothing. You don't know how to listen. Go get it. You know what I mean? And like,
Yeah.
I mean, every time I listen to that man, I really get that motivation of like better yourself,
Mhm.
invest in that money. And like I said, when I see his personal success, it's not just something he rapped, because some
Oh yeah.
rappers rap about money because of the fact that they're like, I'm bragging about it.
Hmm.
His way of getting money was not to brag, it was to let you know, like, that's my focus. Like, I ain't worried about relationships, I ain't worried about this. I'm worried about this bag, and I'm trying to get this bag. I'm trying to invest and literally do well for myself. And it is clear cut to this day. That's why he's not in the music scene like that, because it's like he doesn't need to be. The
Yeah.
realest rappers, they know where the money's at. And so it's just those kind of things, man, where I'm like, it just depends on my mood. But that's usually in a motivational sense. That might be my album I usually will go to when I just want to feel motivated, feel successful, feel enriched, and go forth and just say, hey, let's go get this money, man. Let's get
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I think that's dope. I think it's dope that like you're kind of touching on the power behind artists and how they can speak life or speak into you. And that's why situations like the King Von passing is
Hmm.
because that was the life he was talking about in his lyrics, and about his lyrics is very sad. And then there was a Dallas rapper that passed, that was gunned down in Mo 3, I believe. And I'm not familiar with his music, but I am familiar with the feeling of being a fan of somebody or appreciating their music or really connecting with what they're saying, and then you're on social media one day and find out that they're killed. And
Yeah.
the way that we learn this stuff is so insensitive now. Like there's no buffer. It's just out there. They share videos of the killing actually happening. Like it's wild. But what I don't like is when artist passes and then like people are giving their condolences, and then like some idiot comes out like, oh, so now everyone's a fan of this person, as if like if you weren't a fan of this person prior to them passing, you're not allowed to feel any type of
Yeah.
remorse. That's so retarded to me, and I've been seeing that a lot with this Mo3 artist.
That's what a big narrative was when Nipsey got killed.
Yeah,
Yeah. And you know what's
but I
funny?
didn't listen to him, so it's still sad.
Yeah, you know what's crazy about Nipsey too? I didn't know him from his music. I knew him from his
His
interviews.
interviews.
That's
Mm-hmm.
literally all I knew, like his interviews and his business. And
Mm-hmm.
then I got put onto his music. I got put onto his music when Victory Lap came out.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I got onto his music. So I was when that came out, I was listening to it like crazy. I'm like, oh man, this is really good. And then all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying? Like that. So it I don't think that it matters that when people just start get when they start listening to someone's music late, whether they can um be sympathetic to that person being killed,
Right.
tragically killed. Uh, and I'm not sure if his name is Mo3 or Mo, because
Yeah, I don't know either.
I
Sorry.
I'm
Yeah.
not sure, but I was just reading the story about what happened and like how he was paranoid because he knew someone was following him, and the way they were saying was like almost like he got set up, like
Mm-hmm.
he was at some woman's house and then saw someone outside, and then he leaves, and he's like, I think he goes to the gas station or whatever, and then he started speeding on the highway trying to get away from this guy, crashes his car, and then he jumps out and runs, and then shot in the head. And like that's I've never heard his music before. I actually saw one video of him rapping, which I mean he was phenomenal. What I did hear, what I mean, sorry, what I the video that I did watch, but I'm not familiar with his catalog either. But you don't
Mm-hmm.
have to be familiar with someone's catalog or their work in general to be sympathetic to someone dying. King Von. I had never heard of King Von before.
I have listened. I love the thing with King Von is like you kind of empathize with it because we know the situation in Chicago and what those guys like what that energy is. But he was really talented. Like his storytelling was wild, and it was really sad because he was really on his ascend. Like he was really about to take off, and he was mad young, just like 26,
Man.
and he was in Atlanta celebrating the fact that he had this project coming out, and the some of his homies had got put on as well, and for his life taken like that is wild. And the guy that shot him was like 23.
Yeah.
So now you done thrown your whole life away for what? For what reason? So it's
No
just
reason.
the whole situations be sad. And then it's like if you're a fan of somebody, why are you now trying to shame somebody who's just now being introduced to their music? If
Hmm.
you're a fan, you should want the music to reach more people regardless of when it happened.
Yeah,
People are just
and it was the same thing with Pop Smoke. I had
same thing with Pop Smoke.
I never heard of Pop Smoke until that whole situation happened. Never heard of him. And based same thing you were just saying earlier about like the stuff these people put in their music. 50 Cent even came out and spoke about that because he even said that he talked to Pop about what he was putting in his music. He said,
Mm.
"You think about it. You're going to be performing this. You have a really good career. You're going to be performing these songs for 20, 30 years. And the entire time, every time you're singing, rapping these lyrics, you're saying the same thing over and over again and drawing death toward you. And it's what you say is powerful." And
What you say is
he
powerful.
was he
Hmm.
was trying to get him to understand that, because he said, like, y'all can go listen to my stuff. I don't have anything like that in my music where I'm talking about death coming toward me, and it's a powerful thing. It is a powerful thing.
Yeah.
So I do hope that artists coming up take heed of that,
Mhm.
you know, because that it is a powerful thing.
It totally is, guys, and that's why I commend you for a discussion question of that nature that definitely had to be brought up on this very show, because there's a lot of people, and people listening. We would love to know if you have a go-to album. Uh, Go ahead, comment. Let us know what your go-to album is that helps you, influences you, that keeps you going, or just whatever you feeling. You know what I'm saying? Let us know, because we would love to know. We would love to share it. All that good stuff. So let's
Dwayne,
transition.
I have a quick question for you.
Yes. Go ahead.
Um, Today marks 9 years since Take Care came out. Since Drake dropped Take Care.
Oh, history nugget, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I know you haven't listened to all of his albums, but where have you listened to anything else since we last talked about Drake?
Well, remember, I told you guys that I did listen to Take Care.
You listened to Take Care.
I did listen to Nothing Was the Same.
Okay.
As you know, I re-listened to Views,
Mm-hmm.
and Scorpion I've heard because it's in my phone,
Mm-hmm.
and so I know about Scorpion as well. Um, those are the only ones that I know of right now at this moment.
Okay. Where
But
are you
for
ranking it?
me,
Amongst what you've heard, where are you ranking it?
I am still a fan of Views. Number one for me.
Really?
Something about that album hits me differently, and I think I know what it is. Drake's lyricism is better on that album
You
compared to
think
the
his
other ones.
lyricism is better on Views than Take Care of Nothing Was the Same?
Yes, even though the
Okay.
hit potential may not be what Take Care and Nothing Was the Same was.
Mm-hmm.
Because in terms of, if we're going off of just straight hits, I'm giving that to Nothing Was the Same.
Right.
It had more of the hits, more of the bops, the vibes, like you said, a perfect mix of everything. But something about Views hits different. It hits very different because stuff like Western Road flows and things like that, like he's taking you on actual journeys.
Right.
He's painting pictures for you.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
A version of Drake that I didn't get that from Take Care. I didn't get that from Nothing Was the Same. I felt classics in those,
Mm-hmm.
classic hits, classic vibes, but
Mm-hmm.
they didn't give me what Views gave me. So I
That
still
is
have Views
interesting.
sitting at my number one, but Nothing Was the Same would probably be right there, number two, followed by Take Care. Actually, really, it's
That
like
is
one A,
interesting.
one B. It's one A, one B with Take Care, and Nothing Is the Same.
Okay.
It's one A, one B on that one. But
No,
Views
two A,
is
two A,
still
two A, two B.
yeah, two A, two B, because
Yeah.
Views is number one still to
Yeah.
me, personally. But that's just
Okay.
me.
That's
That's
interesting.
just me. Now, anything Drake is rumored, there's another album coming.
In January. Yeah.
And to his words, he said they didn't like Views, so they may not like this one, which means he's going down this lyrical path again. So, because I actually like Views, I'm intrigued to see how this turns out. Maybe it could be a combination of Views and Nothing Was the Same.
Well,
Could be.
the video that he teased was supposed to be I know it teased Take Care, Nothing Was the Same. I forgot what the other two were, but it's supposed to be like a mixture of like four of his
And
projects.
and so far gone.
So Far Gone, yeah, and then it was like the mixtape he just came out with like 2 years ago, 2 3 years ago. But um,
That's the
I'm
next one I have to listen to. So
So
far
Far
gone.
Gone. Oh, you haven't listened to So Far Gone?
I have to listen to so far gone.
Oh my, wow. I Dwayne,
Bless
I
your
could
heart.
I commend you for being so honest
Hmm.
because my God, I would have lied about it. I don't. Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it at
Oh
three.
yeah, I listened to it a couple times. I might need to
George,
revisit it, but
Yeah, yeah.
George, Dwayne, Dickie, Washington. I cannot tell a lie. Nah, I'm just playing. Nah, man, it's. I'll listen to it. May even listen to it tonight. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna
Okay,
have the lights
okay.
off.
no, you're not.
Yeah.
Why not? You know. Now, so far gone. Which one is that? What's the cover on that one?
His very first one,
It's
where
a,
he's like standing on top of the like so far gone words.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
There's like a child holding a
He's like
balloon.
levitating. Yeah,
Yeah,
huh. Never saw about that one. What's
this was a
what
mixtape,
is
I
that?
think.
yeah,
Yeah,
mixtape.
it was a
Oh, that's
His
mixtape.
the
first major
mixtape.
mixtape.
Yeah, which was really
So,
good.
Hmm.
what's the
What?
one with his father on the cover?
More life.
Well, yeah.
I like more like Drake can do no wrong. I will say I didn't listen to Scorpion. That might have been the one thing that I didn't really listen to.
Scorpion was it had hits, but in terms of totality, like if I'm going to listen to this album from start to finish, no, hell no. I could do that when Nothing Was the Same. I could do that with Take Care. I could do that with So Far Gone. Like I can't do that with More Life. I can't do that with Scorpion or Views. I can't.
More life where he had a lot of the like beat type of stuff in it. Cause I feel like Views he had a lot of the like London drill rappers come in, right?
Yeah, Views. Yeah, Views was a mix because I know there's um, a lot of Caribbean influence in that one too. Um, I don't know
Oh
where do
yeah,
you
Passion Fruit and Get It Together. Yeah, I love
yeah.
More Life. Love this album. Sure
So
did.
where do you have Take Care?
Um, not I dare not rate them. I dare not do it. I love all of them.
Okay.
I love them all. I maybe Take Care for me doesn't resonate the way that other people feel like it does. I'm definitely nothing was the same over Take Care.
Me too.
I do know that for me.
Me too.
But as far as me rating Drake's album 1 to 5, I depends on my mood, like listening to when it comes to Drake. But
Okay. Okay.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Fair enough. Makes
Yeah.
sense. Still got views number one for me for some reason.
Man,
that's
that
a
is
hot take
And I'm
for
not the only
sure.
one. I'm not the only one that agrees with this. Shout out to my boy Edgar from the Q&E podcast.
yeah,
He also agrees with me. It's not just me, people.
yeah, he did say that.
It's not just me, man.
Oh
It's not just
man.
me. Like I said, I relate to it. I even as I replayed it, I was like, "Yep, nope."
I
I
might have
know
to go back
songs
and
word
listen
for
to it.
word. I know songs word for word on it. I mean, I'm just like, dude, it's not as Caribbean heavy as
Not
you
even
think.
do it.
Believe it or not.
No, but it was distracting. That was distracting to me. That's the point. I couldn't listen to the album after that. It's like, yeah,
Oh,
I'm good.
I Need a One Dance was on there. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
control and
Hotline
one
Bling.
dance.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. This is a good one too.
yeah. No, I'm
I
saying it
love his
had
number one. This is a good one.
see View, Scorpion, and More Life had hits on them for me. I can't play them straight through. There are
Hmm.
skippable tracks for me, and that's just that's I didn't do that with his earlier work. I didn't do that. I did. I would like to get to that point where I don't do that anymore to his music, but
I love how we seem to bring up Drake in every episode. Like we have to argue about him.
yeah, I know.
We have to discuss him in every episode.
But it's mainly because this is I can't even believe it's been 9 years for Take Care though. That's where I think I'm kind of like,
yeah.
That threw me off.
Oh, I remember when Take Care came out too. My goodness, we was out here in the street.
Yeah, there was a lot of hits on that one. That was a good one. That was a good one.
Indeed. But yes, that's kind of how it is. Sorry, guys, but I will listen to So Far Gone.
Yeah, you have to. You have to.
Yeah, that's where it all began. So
yeah.
where the story starts.
Yeah.
And if you're reading this, it's too late.
You haven't listened to that either?
If you're reading this, it's too late. Is awesome.
See, that's what I'm saying. 2015 was like.
Haven't listened to it.
That was the last where I could listen to a Drake album and not skip a track. I'll just say that.
Really interesting. Very interesting, sir. Well then, people. One more clear-cut subject to get into, which is our main event of this very episode. As we were discussing some things, I would like to present to my people and ask this question. What's the deal with biopics? Why is it that some end up being phenomenal, out of this world, totally in your top, where you're like, I could watch this forever? And then you have those that are so memorable for all of the wrong reasons.
All the wrong reasons.
All the wrong reasons. They're just that freaking bad. And then you have your ones that's they're okay. I'd watch it once, and that's about it. It's not bad, but it isn't rewatchable. So, just to name a few, there's just so many to pick and choose from. You know, I mean, you've got, if you're feeling old school, you got the Temptations. If you're feeling
one of the greatest biopics, in my opinion,
you've got the Little Richard movie. Rest in peace, Little Richard, who just
shout out to Little Richard
this year.
Yeah.
You've got
Distant cousin
Ray Charles biopic, for crying out loud. You know, which I still
I forgot about the Ray Charles.
And the James Brown biopic. Get on up.
Rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman. You've got The Jacksons, which is arguably the longest biopic movie of all time.
Takes 3 days to watch.
Which one did you say?
The Jacksons.
The Jacksons, The American Dream, or whatever.
American Dream.
I remember,
You've got the Jacksons movie. Oh, I don't want you, I don't want you, I don't want you, I don't want you, Joe. Oh, I don't want you. Angela Bassett. Speaking of Angela Bassett, then you got your Tina Turner. What's love got to do with it? Then you have ones like
wait, we're not gonna forget Jennifer Lopez playing Selena. I thought Jennifer Lopez was Selena for the longest.
Selena.
Great.
I missed something to y'all.
Selena.
You've never seen Selena's?
No, don't
Wrap
look
it
at
up.
Nah, Dwayne.
Wrap it up.
Nah, Dwayne. You don't get to look at me like that. You don't get to look at me like that.
You haven't seen Selena's? You gotta watch Selena.
Bro, that was like my childhood movie, bro.
I never watched it.
Me and the family
a washing machine in the middle of the
Teach them how to wash the machine on the beach.
You know that washing machine? Yeah.
Getting in trouble because she was dating that musician who was
and she was wearing a bustier.
I never watched it.
God.
I'm gonna check it out though, because they're doing a Selena series on Netflix. I think it's coming out next year. So
she better do good, damn it, because
absolutely have to watch.
I'll have a few things to say. No,
nothing tops J-Lo.
Yeah, J-Lo did her thing on there.
I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna have to check it out.
Body and everything. thing. Just all was a perfect match. There you go. It just
For
fits.
sure. She bodied the onesie.
There you go. It just fit. It fit. All
Yeah,
the way,
I'll
shape,
check
and
it
form.
out.
But yes, then you have your mid TV. Because these days biopics seem to come on television more so than the big screen these days. So you got your movies like Crazy Sexy Cool with TLC, The New
Yeah.
Edition story,
Mm.
The Bobby Brown story.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, those are phenomenal.
Hmm? Whitney
They were
Houston's had a
shockingly
couple,
good.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
Whitney Houston has had a couple in her lifetime,
Mm-hmm.
you know, quite a few, you know. And then, of course, we got the iconic people on both of my co-hosts' very shirts. All eyes on me. Tupac Shakur. Notorious. Mr. B.I.G.
Even though,
One lived up to expectation. The other not so much.
yeah,
Oh, and we can't forget this big screen, which recently made it and became one of the arguably the most best big time movies on the big screen in a biopic. America's Most Wanted. You already know NWA people, straight out of Compton.
Oh yeah, that was
Yeah.
a good one. I forgot.
Straight out of Compton. So, people, you've had Michael Jackson movies, quite a couple.
Who told Flex Washington it was okay to be Michael? Let's just get open. Let's just go ahead and get it on out. Who told Flex it was okay?
I want to know who told him it was okay to paint his face white. Like Michael Jackson wasn't that wasn't that white.
They have no camera budget for that movie at all,
No,
apparently.
nah, they made him look like
Uh,
Casper with a wig. Like that was
uh,
horrible. That was
What's
and
funny?
blackface, right? Well, he was white
Flipped.
faced.
no, we ain't nah. I ain't gonna give him white face on that one. But because that ain't no such thing. But that was trash. It looked like he put baby powder on his face and
He
just
did.
went out there. It was horrible. So I don't know, but I will say one of the worst portrayals outside of that one of the worst portrayals that I've seen was Anthony Mackie playing Tupac in Notorious.
I don't know
Let's
who
get
Anthony
down to
is.
business on this, shall we?
Yeah.
What's with these
Trash
Tupac
castings.
interpretations? Because as you guys know, I recently brought up to their memories, which neither one of these guys knew.
Oh, that's Anthony Mackie.
Hammer. MC Hammer. I am Hammer. Had a biopic. Yes, people. MC Hammer had a biopic through VH1. It is legit on YouTube that you can watch it start to finish, called Too Legit, where Tupac is portrayed in this very movie because he was a friend, a close friend of MC Hammer. And what do you know? The person portraying him in the movie is a man, God rest his soul. He is no longer with us of this day. But you guys may know him bestly as Hakeem Campbell from Moesha. Mr. Lamont Bentley portrayed Tupac Shakur in an MC Hammer movie. So
I love to see a black man get paid.
For sure.
I
Get your
love
bag,
it.
black man. For
Love it.
sure.
Love it. But there's no way in hell certain jobs should be taken. Especially when it comes to a cultural icon. It makes no sense at all. It makes no sense. He didn't even look like Tupac. The only thing that they had in common is they were black males that were bald. That's all they had in common.
And they're both from California, maybe, or they both rep California, maybe. That might have been the only thing.
Yeah, they rep. Yeah. Tupac was from New York, but I don't know. I don't know what because the I don't know why the industry is doing Tupac so dirty.
mhm.
I don't get it. I didn't watch All Eyes on Me because I absolutely
Neither.
refused to watch it. Once I heard that there was a an iPhone caught in a video, in the scene. So once I heard about that, I said, "Nah, I'm good on that. I can't. I just can't do it." Now that guy, I forgot his name. Ship. I think his last name was Ship. Um, he looked like Tupac. He looked
Mhm.
like Tupac, but I can't. I don't know. I think when it comes to biopics, you have to not only get the casting done right, you have to build the story out properly, and it has to be well done. So you have to include people that were a part of that subject's life. And you know what I'm saying, you can't just go out there and just throw a story together that you may piece together with different news articles that you read or whatever. You can't do that. So I don't know how All Eyes on Me was. Like, I don't have an opinion on actual film because I never watched it, but the reaction wasn't, it wasn't like Notorious or Straight Outta Compton. You know what I'm saying? The can't do that. But
I don't know what goes into doing a biopic because, like, on one of our episodes of Past the Ops, we talked about E's daughter and her talking about how, she wants to get on these songs that her father did, but the family doesn't really own the estate, or they don't own the records, or they don't own the rights to his story, or I don't know, whatever. So I think in situations like All Eyes on Me, I think major studios was like, oh, Notorious did well, so let's go ahead and just do a movie about Pac, and that's going to bring box office sales. But I doubt that there was anybody in the writers' room or in production or in the story building who actually cared that Pac's story was done right.
yeah, and that's the thing. You have to the people that were a part of the subject's life, they have to be involved with every single thing
Yeah.
for that to be able to be done right. That's why Straight Outta Compton was perfect,
Hmm.
because it, like, these people were involved every step of the way,
Hmm.
from casting to the writing, like, to actually shooting. Like, they were involved with all that, so the story was authentic. You felt it. You know, you weren't
Hmm.
sitting there just like, it actually felt real. So that, it takes a lot. If you're gonna do a biopic, you do a biopic, but do it right. Because I'm tired of seeing Tupac done wrong.
Right.
I love Notorious, but Anthony Mackie playing Tupac made no sense.
Right.
Makes no sense.
What about Diddy?
Derek Luke did a great job. He
Yeah,
did.
Derek Luke did do Diddy right. He did do
He
Diddy
had the
justice.
energy. Yeah, yeah. I mean, and see, that's the thing. Not when it comes to portrayals, the person might not look just like that person, but you've got to be able to, like,
Embody the person.
yeah, you have to embody the subject, and when it's done right, Derek Luke playing Diddy, perfect. I forget the guy's name that played Biggie, but absolutely perfect. Notori Naughton playing
Hmm.
Lil Kim. I don't know. I don't think it was a horrible portrayal. I won't say that. I just don't know if she captured every element of Kim. She captured a little bit of the attitude, but some things about it just, you know, I was all right. But Anthony Mackie, hell no, hell no.
Just obviously don't
Nah,
make
Tupac didn't have a. And look, I'm not slamming anyone, but Tupac didn't have a gap in his mouth, in his tooth.
sense.
He didn't
Oh my
have that
god.
gap. He didn't. Like, when you see Tupac, you see pictures of him smiling, straight teeth, straight teeth. So, like, it's little details like that. Like, you've got to be able to do those things right. So yeah, back to Flex. I don't know what they were thinking with casting him as Michael Jackson. I mean, Flex is like, what, 6'3", 6'4".
It made no sense, but what I can appreciate watching One on One because Netflix has it now,
Love
and
one.
there was an episode where him and Dwayne Martin both dressed up for Halloween. So I think he definitely leaned into the fact that he knew nobody appreciated him
Yeah.
playing it, and it was a joke years later. So I thought that was dope.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like I said, I'm all for someone getting paid, but my God, certain roles just need to turn down.
What do y'all think about the like kind of sort of biopics where the person actually stars in it, such as like a Get Rich Die Trying or like an 8 Mile?
Where it's loosely based on their life,
Yeah,
I'm not mad at it. I like it.
I love both of those
Because
movies.
those are phenomenal movies.
Yeah,
What I hated about 8 Mile was I forget the guy's name, Mackay Pfeiffer.
Shutterbug. Oh, his wig.
His wig.
Yeah, they could have did better with the wig.
Oh my God,
Y'all could have did better.
those
Why did he
horrible.
even need locks?
He
Like,
did
why
it
did y'all feel like y'all had to do that?
because he was black.
Why did y'all have to? Y'all
That's it.
had a trash wig for no reason.
You got a black man in a film. Let's throw locks on him. Why not?
A mess.
Yeah. No, but I like that. I'm fine with movies like that. Especially when it's loosely based on their life and stuff like that. I appreciate those. Yeah.
So I have a very interesting fact for you guys. Rolling Stone has their top 30 all time
Oh boy.
greatest music biopics. Are you guys ready for this list?
We gonna do 30?
It won't take long.
Let's do it.
I'll make the notable ones because I'll go over the ones that we know.
Okay. Well, you don't know. We might have seen them. Let's just run through all 30. Let's do it.
Let's run through all 30. I mean, hey, if you up for it, we can definitely do that. So coming in at number 30, this might blow Janean's mind right now that this is number 30 of all things. Number 30, 1997, Selena.
This is why white people don't know. I'm just joking. Just joking.
Selena comes in at number 30. Notorious at number 29.
Over Selena's? Who put these people in charge? But go ahead. All right.
Yeah. Oh no, it gets better.
Why is it that low? That was a phenomenal movie.
Hey man, this is Rolling Stones we're talking about. For whatever reason, there's a movie called The Runaways at number 28. Came out in 2000.
That was actually good. I saw that. That is good. That's a good movie.
I don't think I saw that.
Coming in at number 27 is La Vie en Rose. La Vie en Rose. If I'm saying that right. I don't know. Coming in at number 26, Listomania. 1975. That's before any of our time frames. So
Notorious is under that.
Oh, we're gonna go even more. Backbeat coming in at number 25. A movie from 1994. Love and Mercy 2014 at number 24.
Who's that about?
Doesn't ring a bell. Let's see. Longtime producer Bill Pohlad stepped into the director's chair for this touching, challenging duet portrait of Brian Wilson, showing him that he prepares to make pet sounds. And in the 1980s, he's struggling to pull himself out of depression. Love and Mercy.
Continue.
Yeah.
Okay. Coming in at number 23 is The Doors from 1991. That's a rock band, by the way, or a country band or something like that.
Yeah.
Coming in, this is going to throw y'all minds for a loop. Coming in at number 22, Crazy, Sexy, Cool, the TLC Story. I see the look on Derrick's face. You're like, that over Notorious? What? Janine's
I'm
like,
still
over
shocked that all
Selena?
of these are over Selena. I'm so.
I haven't seen Selena, but that at worst should have been in the teens.
And it gets better, guys. Coming in at number 21, The Pianist from 2002.
With Adrian Brody?
Yep, that would be the correct. Yes,
That's a biopic?
it's a biopic. Yes, it's a biopic. That is
Okay.
correct. Number 20, coming in at number 20. Get On Up.
Get on up.
Rest in peace to the late Chadwick Boseman, sir.
You know what I'll
Yes,
say about
sir.
that? That movie was great. The worst part of that movie was his prosthetic when they aged him.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That was distracting as hell.
I didn't realize that James Brown's story was that like well, we don't have to get into it, but yeah, it was an enlightening film for sure.
It was, for sure,
Yeah.
for sure. Coming in at 19, La Bamba. La
La,
Bamba.
la, 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 bamba.
Never
You know
saw
what I'm
it.
saying? Never saw it. Coming in at number 18, Last Days, 2005. Coming in at number 17, What's Love Got to Do with It at 1993?
These top 10 better be
That better be fire.
They better be mind blowing.
Coming in at
Watch
number
them
six-
put Flex's Michael Jackson up it.
Coming in at number 16 is Control from 2007.
Whose story is that?
Let's find
Better
out.
not be Janet.
Control. Let's see. Spent most of his life hanging out with rock stars. Photograph. It's about a photographer.
Ian Curtis, singer of the late 1970s English post-punk band Joy Division. Okay,
I'm good.
I might watch it.
Coming in at number. Hold on, sorry, y'all. There we go. I gotta go back to it. Hold on, sorry. All these pop-ups make me go out. Okay, I was at number 15, I believe. Let's see here.
Mhm.
The thing allows me to skip down. There we go. Where is that? Get rid of these pop-ups. Move it. Gosh, Rolling Stone, what y'all got all these pop-ups for? Okay, so no, move it.
I
Sorry
like
for the
to
technical
move it.
difficulties.
I like to move it.
That's a throwback for real.
That
Okay.
is.
I was at Farmburger, total tangent, and I was listening, and then they put Mr. Sax. Do y'all remember that song? You lift me in,
Wait, what song is it?
Mr. Saxo beat.
Uh-uh.
Y'all don't. Okay, never mind. It was a moment in time. It's fine. We can move forward.
There's a moment in time. Interesting how that was interpreted. Nonetheless, okay, we're moving on here. All right, so as we know, all of these were blasphemy. Okay. Oh, that's ironic. The one I just saw at number 8. That's very ironic, but we're not there yet. We are not there yet. As soon as this thing loads up, I don't know if that's my Wi-Fi or what. What the heck? Now that
You
there's
said
something
it was
happening.
Control. The last one was Control.
Yes, Control. Okay, so once I move this pop up. Okay, so coming in at number 15 is the Jacksons, An American Dream. Number 15.
I'll allow it.
Coming in-
15 though?
15 out of 30, yes.
No.
Coming in at number 14, Behind the Candelabra. Candelabra. I have no idea. I hope I said that right. But yeah, okay. Coming in at number 13, Ray. See the looks on y'all face. Y'all don't seem too pleased with this list. Coming in at
I'm
number
telling you, this top 10 better be fucking amazing.
Coming in at number 12, Round Midnight, 1986. Coming in at number 11, Coal Miner's Daughter, 1980. Coming in at number 10, Bound for Glory, 1976. These just keep getting older.
Hold on. I thought these were these not music biopics?
These are music biopics.
Yeah, these are all apparently like
Bound for
music.
Glory is a movie. I don't. That was a war movie, wasn't it?
Ah,
No, just Glory was.
Glory.
Glory.
Okay. All right. My bad.
Hilarious. Okay.
We're gonna cut that part out in editing.
No.
people.
I'm gonna leave that in. I'm leaving that right in there. That's fine with me. I'm thinking.
Okay.
My bad.
Coming in at number 9 is Amadeus, 1984.
Okay.
And here's the irony. Coming in at number 8, ladies and gentlemen. This is so ironic. Coming in at number 8, 8 Mile.
I am done.
Hold on,
I'm
what?
done. I'm done.
Wait, hold on. What? That can't count as an actual
They did-
biopic, though.
Hey man, I guess it did. Hey.
It says the movie isn't as shockingly funny as the Marshall Mathers LP, but it shares with that album the scared bravado of a troubled young talent ready to break free.
Yo, they took jabs? Damn. Okay. All
They
right.
they put 8 Mile in front of the Tina Turner movie and Selena.
Uh,
And that's all I'm
And
saying. I don't know how.
and Notorious.
And Get On Up.
Yeah.
And What's Love got to do with it?
Mm-mm.
And no shade, because I love 8 Mile. I know the rap battle versus by heart. I love it. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but it's not a biopic.
Coming in at number 7 for my Nashville people out there. Walk the Line, 2000.
By Johnny Cash.
Wow. Number 6. Number 6. Straight Out of Compton, 2015.
At 6?
That's 6.
Okay, this top 5 better be absolute fire.
Was not off to a great start so far, because coming in at number 5, the Buddy Holly story.
Whoever that is. Okay, next.
Coming in at number 4, still not getting any better. Sid and Nancy.
Well, let's also take into consideration what the Rolling Stone is like a rock and roll magazine, correct?
It is.
Okay. So let's just take into consideration that.
Speaking of rock and roll, I didn't even know this man had a biopic. And I'm from Memphis, for crying out loud. Coming in at number 3, Elvis.
Of course, that's going to be on there.
Number 3. Coming in at number 2, Bird, 1988. And coming in at number 1, I've never heard of this movie, but it came out in 2007. I'm Not There.
About Bob Dylan. Okay, so
Okay. There.
yeah, no.
I don't
Who on
even
this
care.
list?
This was probably the worst list I have ever heard of. I'm not sure if A Star Is Born is a biopic or not.
No, it's not.
It's not? Okay.
Mm-mm. But I heard it's great. I still haven't watched it. Because I just know if I watch it, I'm going to cry. And I haven't been in a crying mood as of late.
Okay. When you're in a crying mood, watch it. I didn't cry.
I know. I already know because I love Lady Gaga.
Yeah. I forgot she was Lady Gaga.
See.
So I must ask you guys this, with all of that being in mind, ignoring what the Rolling Stones had to say in that aspect of a list, tell me something. First and foremost, we won't go down the list of the worst. We won't even waste that energy. I want to know who is yet to have a biopic that you would love to see get a biopic. from any era. It could be our era. It could be an era of the past. Whatever. Maybe even a future.
You know what? Everybody that I love and that I want to know their story, I don't even so much want to see a biopic and see actors trying to do it. I'm cool with a documentary being a very well done documentary being done versus a biopic.
That's a
Um,
yeah.
I've watched a couple of Bob Marley biopics. I was about to turn into a Rastafarian. Like I really considered it. It was that well done. Like I would definitely want to see a Nipsey story told.
He'll probably get a biopic.
Yeah, he's definitely gonna have one.
And that better be done
Um,
very well.
it better be done right.
Yeah. I'm talking about casting Snoop Dogg and everyone. I want everyone done right.
Speaking of Snoop, he's another one that's gonna have one at some point.
Yeah,
Because he's pretty much lived through all of those eras that we just spoke of.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I don't know. I think that's it. At the off the top of my head.
You know whose biopic I'd be really intrigued by? T.I.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
I can see that.
Based on a lot of the stories that he's told through his music, I would like to see
I got another Atlanta one. I got another one. You
who.
know who would have a hilarious Young Dro? Have you ever watched a Young Dro interview?
Mm-mm.
Listen, watch a Young Dro interview. Young Dro is like West Atlanta to the fullest. He tells stories that are hilarious, but then you also understand that he's been through some grimy stuff. Like I watched an interview with him, and he talks about how he was shot in ninth grade, and he was in class with I don't know what the proper term for it is, but like a shit bag, and the shit bag like burst in class. He just got up and walked out. So like,
Oh,
and this is
Lacerated?
in ninth grade. Yes,
Okay. He had one in ninth
just
grade.
in ninth grade, he was shot in ninth grade. So like, it's just certain stories like that that he kind of like just kind of touches on. If they go in depth and tell his story, I think that'll be a good one.
You know who else would be good? Kendrick Lamar.
Yes.
He'd be phenomenal. That'd be an interesting story, especially you talking about all the albums that he's done that he tells these full stories. Good Kid, Mad City, like Damn. I mean, there's a whole history that he was talking about with Damn that. Oh man, that'd be a very good, very very good story.
I got one for y'all that'll throw y'all for a loop.
I'm ready.
I know who would make an interesting biopic. Pimp C.
Ooh,
For sure.
yes sir.
Little Pimp C.
For sure.
Can't
Yes.
Yes, sir.
imagine. You know, that man has influenced so many from the South. Not just in the Texas region, just in the southern region as well. I'll tell you another one that would be interesting. Atlanta related, actually. Outcast.
I knew he was gonna say
I knew
Outcast.
that.
Outcast
Yeah.
would be a good one too.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
just the story to be told. I mean, because wouldn't you guys want to know? I mean, after Speaker Box Love Below, well, literally, just
You know what I would like to know? One interesting thing I would like to know about about one of their part of their story. Erica Badu's
Look if I do.
Andre. That I
That
need
might need to be its own story.
Yeah.
Like, tell us what happened with your relation with the Andre 3000 and the Erica
Yeah.
Badu era. We need
Yeah.
to know more about.
I would love to know about that.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to know. Erica Badu might be just in general. Her story would be
Let's do a Bob Erica for sure. Badu.
yeah.
Badu.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
all you would call it. That's all you'd have to call it, baby.
Yeah.
But,
'Cause I would love to know what made her think about doing those incense.
Well,
That
already, I'm telling you, look,
I would love
Drake
to.
said that he went to Erica by a dude house and she made tea for him. I don't know why that intrigues me. What kind of tea did she make, Drake?
Oh,
Was
yeah.
it fresh herbs? Was it a tea bag? Was it something that she grew in her backyard? What kind of tea was
There you go.
it? I need answers.
I'm telling you, man.
That would be interesting. Her story would be very interesting.
Yeah.
Jill Scott would be a good one too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Jill Scott would be very interesting. Jill Scott and Queen Latifah, just based off where they're from, those have to be phenomenal stories. They
Mm-hmm.
have to be. So yeah,
You know, at some point, I wouldn't be surprised
Would y'all be open
if
for Rihanna's gonna more than likely have one?
she'll have a biopic at some point.
Yeah.
for sure, for
And
sure.
it's gonna
Is
tell
that
her side of the story,
Oh, with Chris Brown.
as we all know. It is.
Chris Brown as a biopic would be interesting too.
yeah.
But see, it plays off of the Whitney Houston and Bobby Brown situation. Whitney's people had their story, Bobby's had his.
Yeah,
And I think it would be nice if they did it. Both parties were still alive to defend it, you know, because like
Mhm.
Whitney's gone, so she couldn't defend her side of the story,
yeah,
you know. So if they do decide to do something like that, I want Chris Brown to be here to be like, yeah, no, that's not how that went down in that car.
yeah, yeah.
Or yeah, it did go down like that. Because I feel like he has helped on his documentary that he released. I
Well,
think he definitely held his accountability and what
for
he did
sure.
in the car and what
That
happened.
w-
So
that was well done. That documentary was well
hmm
done. Yeah, I would love to see a J Cole biopic.
hmm
I would love to see that because if you hear a lot of his music, like especially with his mixtapes, how he talks about his relationship with growing up around his mom and um, stepdad, and yeah, yeah, that'd be
One
interesting.
more honorable mention that I wouldn't mind seeing a biopic on because I feel like people know too much about one side of this man's career and not enough about the other side and what transitioned it from that side to this illustrious career of his. That's
so
right,
Kirk
ladies and
Franklin
gentlemen.
turning into Plies.
The Fresh Prince has to have a true biopic, ladies and
Yeah,
gentlemen.
he does.
I'm
He
not
does.
talking about the show. I'm talking about the actual rapper, ladies and gentlemen. Will Smith and his transition from being the legitimate Fresh Prince and how that transitioned with his troubles with the IRS to where it then led to the Fresh Prince of Bel Air, that then became the iconic show of which it is.
That would
So
be
it then
interesting.
catapulted him into his illustrious acting career, making him the actor that we know him to be. Not to mention, hey, there's Will and Jada, and we all
Oh,
know how that goes.
Entanglements.
yeah,
And by the way, I'm pretty sure Tupac might mess around and be in that film too.
yeah.
So
They
be
got they gotta
careful.
get Tupac done right. They gotta get him done right. I'm sorry.
It's like Tupac's everywhere, man. He's some
Yeah,
part of him is in everybody's film.
I
You
don't
ever
get it.
notice that? That's one thing I will say about Tupac. He is consistently in somebody's story. He's been in
Yeah,
MC Hammer's
Yeah, that's
story.
true. He
He's been
everywhere. He in these
been
streets.
in Notorious's story. He's been in NWA's story.
right. Which is if you're gonna tell these stories, pick one person to play him and just circulate him through these movies. Pick
I can understand that.
that. I don't because I don't want to see the. I don't want to see that. Just pick one person, play him. Let him get his check. Let it rock.
I
Let it
totally
rock.
understand it.
Lil Wayne would be a very interesting one. Lil Wayne would be
hmm
very interesting because I'm intrigued to
Good
know.
pick.
I'm intrigued to know a lot about him, especially how he started going from having a head full of hair to just these struggle locks at this point. If you notice when he came out of jail, that's when he started being looking a little different. I don't know if something happened to him or whatever, but there's something about him that's just been different since he came back. So that would be another one for me.
For sure. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as you know, all good things must come to an end. And of course, we have reached that point where now
That ain't it.
all things have made its way to a final ending. And so,
Yeah, highlight.
nonetheless,
Yeah, Melissa.
I hear
Don't forget the
saying
real though.
things to you people to let y'all know
Yeah,
that
yeah.
at the end
I
of the
bet you
day,
won't turn me up.
I
What's
thank
that you
y'all
bumping? That ain't it.
so much for what we did. Because at the end of
Yeah,
the day,
yeah.
it ain't past the ox without you people. It ain't past the ox without the critique of our team. Miss Bougie Thuggin, herself, the Queen of Classic, and of course, the Prince of Body, favorite neighborhood host and mediator. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you follow all things. Follow us on Instagram at PTAOTS. Make sure you check out Plugged In. It's the Mini Yoshi YouTube show dedicated to the independent artists. Make sure you check out all things. Follow Janean at Instagram _ at not underscore. Sorry, this is Nina. So NINASOL. And then you can follow her on the Twitter at _Nina. And of course, my man Derrick Myers, what he would always say, he's not gonna say follow him, ladies and gentlemen. He's gonna simply say literally follow the OTS guys. So make sure you check out at OTS guys on Instagram, at OTS guys on Twitter, and of course,